No, I'm not planting watermelon. I said I gotta water my seeds in well. Hey guys, this is Daniel from the Arms Family Homestead, and I've been promising you guys I was going to do a video on how I start my seeds indoors, my warm season crops. Now my cool season crops I can start directly in my high tunnel, things like lettuce and spinach and kale and broccoli and beets and radishes and all that cool season stuff I can start directly in the high tunnel. It's the last week in February here in Oklahoma, and there's a lot of my warm season crops that I can't really start in the high tunnel because we still may have a lot of nights that get down below freezing and a lot of nights in the 40s for sure. And things like tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants that are warm season crops that I want to start from seed, I need to start them indoors in February. And there was the February box from the Homestead Box was all about seed starting, and a couple things they sent I'm going to be using today for sure. First is this heat mat. That's going to get my soil and my little soil blocks up to temperature. I'm going to use my plant tags, the organic starting mix that they sent, and several of the seeds from Baker Creek. So a lot of the things that came in that February Homestead box I'm going to be using today. One thing that I've got that didn't come from the Homestead box that I think you guys will love, I've done several videos on talking about my soil block maker. It's like it makes 1.5 by 1.5 I believe. Soil blocks. It makes 4 at a time. Well, I went and talked to my neighbor who's a market gardener today, and I borrowed this. Look at this soil block maker. Little bitty guy. But look how many soil blocks it makes. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll make 20 soil blocks, and they're about a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch square, which is perfect because this heat mat is only, about 18 inches long. So if I was putting 3-inch pots on this, I wouldn't be able to hold very many. But with this soil block maker, look at how many different soil blocks I could fit. I mean, I could literally do probably a couple hundred seeds on this one thing. Now, I will say this, a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch soil block is going to dry out pretty fast, and it's not going to last very long nutrient wise. But hey, all I'm really getting at with this seed mat is to get my seeds germinated and get them started, and then I can pot them up into something bigger. But with this little soil block maker, I can really get a lot of soil blocks started on this one seed tray. Now, I'm going to show you a couple different ways because, let's face it, not everybody has a soil block maker and not everybody has one of these heat pads to heat your seeds up. So you can start your seeds a number of ways. And one way that I've done it in the past is just out here in my garage under grow lights. One year, and I'm going to show you this. I'm going to do some just for an example because, like my old high school baseball coach said, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay? So this right here, you guys have all seen these. This is just a strawberry container. Any kind of berry container or strawberry container makes a perfect little greenhouse. Just fill it about halfway full of soil, sprinkle your seeds in there and cover them up. Things like tomatoes and peppers, once they sprout and get up a couple inches tall, you can take them out of here, separate them out, and repot them up. I mean, you could probably start 20 tomatoes in this little bitty strawberry container. So I'll demonstrate that today and the soil block method. But I'll do this, I'll just set this on my heat pad since I've got it. But what I've done in the past, because just to get my seeds germinated, I need to get them up to temperature. I set this thing in the house anywhere close to my wood stove. I've even set it on top of my freezer in the house, believe it or not. It gets warm. The top of that freezer stays warm, puts off a little heat, enough to germinate my seeds. Now, once they start growing, they do need light, so you either got to put them under a light or get them somewhere where they can get some sunlight or artificial light. So let's get started. I've got my soil mixture all mixed up. My heat pad's plugged in and ready to go. Now I'm going to show you one trick. because you don't want to lay these little bitty soil blocks straight on this, because then you'll never be able to move anything around when you get ready to move them. So I'm going to take this little plastic cutting board and give me a flat surface to set my little soil blocks on. Okay, here we go. See what we get. Looky there. 20 little individual half-inch by half-inch squares for my seeds. Boom, there you have it. What do you think about that little soil blocker? Check out that. That's 120. That's 120 soil blocks. Room for 120 individual plants to get started on that one little cutting board right there. Yep, you heard me right. 120. Okay, so having to plant this many different varieties, I've broken this up. Instead of 20 in each section, there's 15. I just slid some rows over and made room. So here's what I got. I've got 8 different sections here. So here's what I'm going to be planting. Roma tomatoes, bullnose, sweet peppers. I got those in the wrong spot. Get those straightened out. Some brandywine tomatoes, some yellow pear, Japanese white eggplant. I don't know how you say that. Miyoto eggplant. This is my favorite eggplant by far. It's called Dancer. And then I've got some poblano peppers. So there's 8 varieties, and I've got 8 little sections. So here we go. Let's get started. Let's go with the brandywine next. Those little bitty seeds. Now I'm not gonna lie, this method is not for the faint at heart. It's like surgical precision. But how else are you gonna start 120 seeds, 120 plants in such a small area? And realistically, I could fit a lot more on there, but I kind of want to keep some space and some distance so I know what's what and I can separate my plants. But I'm telling you what, this is small, teeny, tiny precision stuff. But hey, with just one heat mat, look how many seeds you can start on one heat mat. There's no reason to go buy 5 or 10 of those things for huge 3-inch pots. Just my opinion. Poblano pepper. Well, those are huge compared to them little tomato seeds. Well, I got all my little seeds put in. I'm going to water them in real good with my water bottle. I'll come out here and spray these things a couple times a day. And then when I get these things watered in real quick, I'm going to use that strawberry container and fill it full of soil and just show you quickly how I do that. There's not a whole lot to it. I mean, it's just a little container, but with that lid on it, it makes like a little greenhouse. So my main man Houston just woke up from his nap. Was trying to get this tedious little seed planting done while he was napping, and I got most of it done. You not gonna look at us? You say hi? You look tired. Are you tired, Houston? Yes. Yes. All right, give me just a minute, okay? Well, there's my little strawberry container greenhouse. And I'm saving my favorite tomatoes for it. Celebrity. I love celebrity tomatoes. They just get huge. But I'm going to put probably about 12 seeds in there. Push them down in the soil just a little bit so they get good soil contact. Not really burying them very deep, just kind of covering the seeds up. There we go. Now let's water them in well. No, I'm not planting watermelon. I said I gotta water my seeds in well. And then close the lid so some of that heat stays in there. There you have it. And that's how I'm planting my tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants this year. I'll leave them in those soil blocks until they get up, you know, an inch or two tall, get their first set of little leaves, and then I'll pot them up into something a little bit bigger. But that's a couple weeks from now. Got them on the heat mat. Gonna get them nice and warm, get them germinated, started. That's a lot of plants. That's a lot of plants. Like a lot of plants right there. 120 in soil blocks and another 12 right there. That's a whole garden full of vegetables right there in about less than 2 square feet of space. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you learned something. I hope it's interesting. I hope it's not just too slow and boring, but that's how I'm doing it this year with these. I don't have one of those little small soil blockers right now. I will probably buy one pretty soon. If I can find a link on Amazon, I'll put a link below in the description so you can go check that out if you're interested in one of those. Like I said, there's a lot of ways to start these seeds. You can do them in cups. You know, I've started them all in styrofoam cups. Takes a lot more soil. Takes a lot more space. So when you first got to put them under some grow lights or something, they take up a lot of space. Takes a lot more lights. Once these sprout, I can set them under a grow light, and it just takes one light to get them going. So do what works best for you. I'm gonna try this way this year because my awesome market gardener friend does it for me every year this way, and he grows hundreds and hundreds of tomatoes every year like this. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.